Okay, guys, we got to stop listening to the headlines and we got to focus on the data because the data doesn't lie. Hi, this is Dean Odell with Seven Gables Real Estate in the Odell Group, and this is time for Tustin Talks. We're going to talk about Orange County, and then we are going to focus a little bit on the Tustin area. So let's get started with the first chart. So let's start by looking at the active listing inventory year over year. We currently have 2,139 homes on the market. This is an increase of 63 homes in the last couple of weeks, and this is the largest rise of the year. Last year at this time, we were at 2,452 homes on the market, which is 15% higher than where we are today. To compare to a more normal market, we like to take a look at the 3-year average between 2017 and 2019, which was 6,255 homes, or 192% higher than where we are at our current levels. At this point, we can expect inventory to rise slowly before peaking in July and mid-August. Now let's take a look at the next chart. In the last 30 days, we've had 1,706 homes go into escrow, which is down 46 pending sales in the last couple of weeks. This is the lowest level for mid-May since 2020, which was during the lockdown. Last year, there were 2,179 pending sales, which is 31% higher than where we are now. And prior to 2020, the 3-year average was 2,765 pending sales, which is 67% higher than where we are today. Now let's look at the expected marketing time year over year. Currently, our average days on the market for Orange County is 39 days. This puts us in a hot seller's market. Last year, we were also in a hot seller's market at 34 days. The 3-year average prior to 2020 was 68 days, which is about 3 weeks slower than where we are today. Now let's move on to my favorite chart, which is the expected marketing time broken down by price range. If you're a buyer or seller in Orange County, this is the best way to see what's going on in your price range. You can also see the various market types reflected by the days on the market. Everything up to $2 million is still considered a hot seller's market, with some price ranges exceeding last year's speed. Take a look at the $750,000 to $1.25 million price range, for example. It's actually faster than it was last year. The $2 to $4 million range is a slight seller's market at 81 days. The $4 to $6 million range is a balanced market at 116 days. And anything above $6 million is now a deep buyer's market at 368 days. Now we're going to talk about our final chart, which is the Tustin data chart. Every 4 weeks, we're going to show you the statistics for our 3 micro markets of 92705, 92780, and the 92782 zip codes. We make this chart on our own, and it's the only place you're going to find it here on Tustin Talks. Today, let's compare the data from April 2023 to April 2022. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is I'm going to ask you to freeze this, put this thing on pause, and really study it yourself and see all the data and what it's showing you. And then, if you're done doing that, just come back and I'm going to point out a few things here that I see. So realistically, look through the zip codes and look at how many less houses are coming to market now than last year at this time. This is a real problem. This is what's creating an inventory crisis in the market. Now let's skip to the months of inventory. Look at how low the inventory is, especially in 92780 and 92782 markets. I mean, you're talking about just a couple of weeks worth of inventory. That's crazy, right? So now let's look at the original list price to sold price ratio. I find this really interesting. Last year, look at those numbers, 107, 108, 108, all the way across, right? Now, that means these houses were selling that far above their original list prices. Now look at what's happening. Go across again, 97, 100, 100. Yes, the pricing is definitely tight, and we are hearing about multiple offers, but we're not seeing people go way over like they were last year. So it's kind of interesting. And then you look at average days on the market, you can see that those days are up, although still, like we said, in a hot seller's market. Now let's move on to what this data means and my advice for buyers and sellers. Okay, I'm going to start with buyer's advice. Well, buyers, if you've been watching the mortgage market, what's been happening? Interest rates have been floating down a little bit, right? I mean, gosh, they got all the way up to 7, and now we're starting to see it in the low 6s. So that's good news. It's good news. And it's bringing a lot more competition, which is not good news for you guys. But what we are seeing out there is that we're definitely seeing multiple offers again. So you guys probably understand this. You're competing with a lot of other buyers out there, unfortunately. I mean, we just see a deal after deal after deal. There's 5 to 10 offers on almost anything that's priced fairly well. What we're not seeing is people go 5 to 10% over list price like they were last year. People are drawing the line, and I think that's good and that's healthy, and that's my advice to you. Set your price, know what you're gonna pay for something. Don't get all emotionally involved. There will be other houses, and this market's not going to continue like this forever, okay? Just feels that way right now. Okay, sellers, so not everything is selling. It may seem that way, but there's houses that are still sitting on the market, and the reason they're sitting on the market is because they just are not priced right. They're not show ready, possibly. Whatever that reason is, whatever that combination is, we know how to fix it because we know how to price our properties and we know how to get them ready for the market. And we know how to get the most eyeballs on them and create the most demand for you. So if you've been sitting on the fence, I'd say now's the time. I really would. We're right knee deep into a spring, summer market, and people are moving, people are making offers, and I wouldn't hesitate any longer. If you start looking at some of this economic data that's starting to come out, I mean, today, we missed retail sales by, the prediction was down, the stock market was down. I mean, all it's going to take is, some more stuff like that, and this market could change directions on you. But either way, I'm not trying to fear monger here. I'm just saying things are good, and we can get you a lot of money for your house right now if you're ready to move. So please give us a call because we know how to do this, and we know how to do it very, very well. All right. Okay, so we want to make sure you subscribe so that you get this information every 2 weeks. We love the comments. You'll notice people have been commenting. We've been commenting back. That's all good stuff. Also, we're going to start mixing in some of our listings at the end of this. You can always go to theodellgroup.com and check out our listings there. We have one for sale right now that I'm thinking about. It's under 1.7 million and it's got $350,000 in upgrades in it. It's single level and it's on a half acre in Cowan Heights. So check it out. It's a good one. I would call it a sleeper. All right. Also, we've got 2 really new exciting listings that are going to be coming to market. We're working on them right now. So stay with us and we will see you on the next Tustin Talks in 2 weeks.